chairperson. Thank you. Next statement. I think we have a statement by Honorable Edward Muri, member for Gatanga.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44, subsection 2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning regarding the inordinate delay by Kenya in ratifying the agreement for the establishment of the Africa Finance Corporation. Honorable Speaker, the Africa Finance Corporation, in quotes AFC, was established on the 28th May 2007 as a multilateral development finance institution dedicated to promoting private sector-led infrastructural investment across Africa's continent. Its mission is to address Africa's infrastructure development needs and foster sustainable economic growth through equity project development, financial advisory, and treasury management services. Honorable Speaker, the AFC operates under the agreement for its establishment dated 28 May 2007. 43 Africa's sovereign states signed an instrument of accession and acceptance of membership to the AFC as a supranational body. The Republic of Kenya, through the National Treasury, signed the instrument of adherence to the terms of the AFC on the 7th June 2017. But since then, the National Treasury is yet to submit the instruments for the treaty establishing the AFC to the National Assembly for ratification. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning on the following. 1. What milestones have been made in effecting the ratification of the treaty for the establishment of the Africa Finance Corporation in Kenya since signing of the instrument of adherence on the 7th June 2017? 2. What has caused the inordinate delay by the National Treasury in submitting the treaty to the National Assembly for ratification? And 3. When does the ministry intend to submit the treaty to the National Assembly? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Next, we have a statement by the Honorable Member for Loima to respond to it. Is the chairperson for Lands here? Or someone from the committee? I don't think I saw anyone. So they shall be informed by the clerk's desk. But I think we can proceed with the Honorable Member Prontos Akunja, Member for Loima. You may proceed with your statement.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to request for a statement regarding the disbursement of the Presidential Secondary School bursary. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44.2c, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Social Protection regarding the lack of full disbursement of the Presidential Secondary School bursary. Honorable Speaker, the Presidential Secondary School bursary was established in 2013 under the State Department for Social Protection with the aim of enhancing secondary school enrollment, attendance, and completion of studies by orphans and vulnerable children. This initiative was a commendable commitment to actualizing the provision of Article 53, 1B of the Constitution, which enshrines the right of every child to free and compulsory basic education. The National Assembly plays a crucial role in approving the annual budget, which includes an allocation of 1.2 billion to the Presidential Secondary School bursary, intended to be distributed across the 290 constituencies. However, it is deeply concerning that for the last 2 financial years, constituencies have only received a paltry sum of the total fund, and the consequences of this shortfall has been devastating. Numerous orphans and vulnerable children who rely heavily on this fund for their education have been forced to discontinue their studies due to the inability to pay for their education. This situation is particularly alarming given the rising number of targeted beneficiaries over the years, further compounding the need for adequate funding. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Social Protection on the following. 1, what are the reasons for lack of disbursement of the full amount of the Presidential Secondary School bursary to constituencies in the last 2 financial years? 2, the ministry to outline the plans that have been put in place to ensure timely disbursement of all appropriated Presidential Secondary School bursary funds for the previous and current financial year. 3, what measures has the ministry put in place to guarantee that in future Presidential Secondary School bursary funds are at least as allocated in the budget and disbursed in a timely manner? Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Is the chairperson for social protection here? Or any member of the committee? Yes, you may proceed. Please give her the mic. No, there's somebody from the committee who has to, yes, give her the mic, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We shall be back to this member in 3 weeks' time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So now we can go to our last statement. Member for Ijara constituency, the Honorable Abdi Ali.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to request for a statement regarding power outages in Masalani and Ijara wards in Ijara constituency. Madam Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy regarding power outages in Masalani and Ijara wards in Ijara constituency. Madam Speaker, for the last 3 months, the residents of Masalani town and Ijara town in Ijara constituency have been experiencing power outages that sometimes last for 30 days. The outages are believed to be caused by negligence of Kenya Power and Lighting Company, KPLC, in their routine maintenance and replacement of dilapidated poles. The power outages are a major concern for the local community. Regrettably, the lack of reliable electricity has caused significant disruption to households and businesses, leading to massive losses of perishable commodities, among them milk and fruits, due to the failure of storage facilities such as coolers and fridges. Moreover, learning institutions and health facilities in the area have also been forced to rely on generators for their operations, which increases their operational cost. Madam Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy on the following matters. Number one, what measures has the government put in place to ensure that the residents of Masalani town and Ijara town have access to reliable electricity? Number two, does the government have plans to compensate affected businesses in Masalani town and Ijara town following massive losses of produce incurred, especially by vendors who sell perishable commodities? Number three, what plan is the government putting in place to install a power station in Masalani ward and Ijara to provide stable and reliable power connectivity in Masalani and Ijara wards, given the current and reliable connectivity is from Hola Town, Tana River County? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Next order. As we wait for the next order, let me take this opportunity to recognize the presence of Bavuni Secondary School from Bahati constituency in Nakuru, who are seated in the public gallery. And on my own behalf and that of the entire National Assembly, we welcome the students to the National Assembly. Thank you. Next order.
Order number 8, procedural motion, reduction of application period of a specified bill.
What's your point of order, Honorable Lyungi?
Madam Speaker, yesterday the chair of internal security gave responses to statements, but you did not give us time to react to the statements. So I wanted to be given the opportunity.
Because I think there was no one to respond to it, and I don't know if the chairperson is here now.
He has just walked back to the back office.
Okay, but you just raise what you wanted to raise, proceed on it.
Yeah,
I remember
Madam
I said I'd indulge you.
Yeah, Madam Speaker, the chair, Honorable Togos, gave a response to my statement on the circumstances that led to the death of Benjamin Mwaniki Kadengu. And Madam Speaker, I was not satisfied with the response because of the following reasons. Number one, part 2 of my question was not answered. Number 2, the suicide theory that was cooked is not acceptable. Number 3, the investigations has taken 6 months from the date of the death, and the IO says they are investigating and analyzing reports, and they are waiting for results from government chemists for 6 months. No arrests have been made. Family is not briefed and updated on the matter. I'm told the IO is very hostile to the family, and therefore, Madam Speaker, I request for the following. Number 1, there should be a family meeting for briefing between the county commissioner and the DCI. Number 2, we request for independent investigations from DCI headquarters, not the local DCI from Ola. And therefore, Madam Speaker, I request the chair to take up that matter. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. As I see that the chair had walked out, I think I'll ask the leader of majority to be able, or you're a member of the committee? What's your point of order?
Madam Speaker, thank you very much. My point of order is that I've just raised a statement which is very sensitive in terms of the Kenyan power, and I really wanted a commitment in terms of the number of days or number of weeks from the chairperson of the Committee of Energy or any member of that committee. Second, my other point of order is, Madam Speaker, I want to concur and follow what my colleague have said. Yesterday, we got a report from the chairperson for internal security on my statement I raised some 1 month ago on the missing of Haret Khalif and Abdurrahman on abduction. The statement that the chair of Committee for Internal Security raised, it was too general. I just request your guidance on that matter, because the families of the 2 people missing in the Jara constituency, they request either their people to be given when they are alive or when they are even not alive. So I request at least proper investigation, including multi-secretarial, multi-agency teams to be put in place so that we can get the feedback for the families that are affected. Thank you very much.
Thank you. As the chairperson of internal security is not here, but I think majority leader will ensure through the whip that that matter is raised, is taken to that committee, and also the Hansard records of what the members have raised, so that we will, at the next sitting, when he's present, we shall ask for a commitment from the chairperson of internal security. Thank you. What's your point of order, Honorable Farah? Okay.
Madam Speaker, I wish to add my voice to what the Honorable Member for Ijara has said. One of the biggest landmark, earth-shaking commitment we got from this government and our President, William Ruto, was that there's not going to be any more enforced disappearances, which was the hallmark of the previous government. Can we have the government, through, of course, the chair and everybody here? There are many people who are missing now, who have just been plugged out of the midst of their own homes, and we don't know where they are. We have no problem with the investigations. They could be criminals, they could not be criminals. But the reality of the matter is that we want them to be taken to court. The courts are very lenient. If you need more time for investigation, they'll give you 2 weeks, 1 month, even 2 months they can give you. And then we can know that our relatives, our family members are actually safe. Madam Speaker, there are in excess of 5 people right now in Garissa alone that cannot be accounted for in the last couple of months. And the families are pestering us on a daily basis and telling us where are our family members. So that is the seriousness with which we want the government, as well as the parliament and the committee, the relevant committees, to take this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's proceed with the order. There's a procedural motion by the chairperson, Appropriations Committee.
Thank you very much.
Back to order number 8.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 120, that this House resolves to reduce the publication period of the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, from 7 days to 1 day, Honorable Speaker. The justification for this, Honorable Speaker, is that, as members are aware, we are burning midnight oil to complete the processes ahead of us. Yesterday, members left here almost at midnight because we are trying to do justice to our country insofar as processing the supplementary estimates, the budget estimates for 24-25, the division of revenue bill, and all those associated motions, Honorable Speaker. And for that reason, as members are aware, during a period when we have a budget cycle like now, actually what happens is that IFMIS technically does not work, because we could end up affecting changes, which then the IFMIS is also releasing funds on the other side. And for that reason, we need the country to operate properly, the Treasury to operate properly, and the more the reason to hasten the conclusion of the supplementary estimates so that IFMIS can start working normally, and so that the monies that we are appropriating in the supplementary can come out, and especially also so that we can be able to fast-track exchequer releases for critical areas like NGCDF and the others, Honorable Speaker. And I request Honorable Osoro, who is our very able whip, to second this motion.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, as I said yesterday, we have a limited time in this session, that we'll have sittings only this month, and early next month we'll again go for a short recess. And that then means that we've got to sacrifice in everything, including condensing what we consider vital so that we can be able to finish everything in time. And that is why this publication of the supplementary appropriation bill should be reduced at least from 7 to 1 day, so that again we can be able to dispense of the main budget for this financial year, Honorable Speaker. So for that reason, I beg to second. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
You have seconded? I didn't hear I beg to second. Let us proceed. Honorable members, I now propose the question that pursuant to the provisions of Order 120, this House resolves to reduce the publication period of the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, from 7 days to 1 day. I think I can allow one contribution from Honorable Nyikal before.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think the process we have is understood that we may have to move things faster, and therefore, to that extent, I support the change, the fast tracking of this. But, Madam Speaker, there is something we should take as a general principle. I know we are moving very fast, and even to the next item, the budget 2024 will move very fast. But I think it's an important principle that actually members get to know the document. This document has actually just arrived. I know it is exactly the same as the one we discussed yesterday, but you know that sometimes what you discussed yesterday may not be exactly the same. So I think in future, we need to actually give more time so that members can at least peruse. If something was changed from yesterday, how do we know? So I think that's an important part, but for this, I support.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now put the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 120, this House resolves to reduce the publication period of the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, from 7 days to 1 day. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Order number 9, the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to authorize the issue of certain sums of money out of the consolidated fund and their application towards the service of the year ending on the 30th June 2024, and to appropriate those sums for certain public services and purposes. Order number 10, the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, second reading.
The mover.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, that is the National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, be now read a second time. Honorable Speaker, the bill before us is, as Honorable Nyikal has put it, is exactly what we were debating yesterday, Honorable Speaker, and I do not need to belabor